G'day, Rob Paxavanis here, I hope you're well. I'm here to talk about the Atomic Arrows range of rods, and hopefully that dog doesn't bark too much along the way. These are a series of rods that are designed for Australian bait and lure fishing. There's about over 24 rods in the range, including estuary, specialist squid rods, specialist nibble tip rods, the whole bit. But today I'm looking at the offshore rods, and there's 8 models in the offshore range, starting with this big daddy here. Now, all the Arrows rods incorporate the absolute finest components, so it's Fuji throughout, ultra refined neoprene fore and aft grip there, Fuji reel seat, the whole bit right through. Designed on a blank that's full graphite and specifically made for Australian conditions. The boys at Frogsley's and the girls, they're an Australian fishing family, and they understand Australian conditions, and they get the blanks made for the purpose that's written on each rod, and which I'm going to tell you more about here today. This is the big daddy in the range, the heaviest one. As you can see, I've been towing around that big deep diving drag star lure there, and it's got beaten up. I've had to change the trebles twice because it's been absolutely monstered there. They're treble 14s, which come standard on the lure, but it's caught dozens and dozens of giant mackerel, tuna, wahoo, cobia, you name it, all the big blue water species. But look, we're here to talk about the rods, and this one here is known as the AAS 270X. You can come in and have a look at that, but basically AAS means Atomic Arrows, 2 means it's a 2-piece, it also comes in a 1-piece, and 70 for 7 foot long, and extra heavy. It'll take 20 to 40 pound line. As a guide, it'll go a little bit either side of that. Great with braid or mono, and it's the powerhouse of the family, the top of the range, which I use for all those big species, and also pulling big jewfish off reefs, and other big fish like that. Particularly maybe I'm going for giant barra in impoundments and they're around the sticks and I really need to muscle them out. So it's the big daddy in the range and an essential part of my kit, particularly when I head out into the wide open ocean chasing big fish. The next one in the range is this baby here, which is one down, and it's known as the Heavy. Same thing, 7 foot long. Again, comes in a 2 or a 1-piece. I use a 2-piece a lot because I travel around a lot and I like to break that down and get on the planes. I've used these rods right around Australia. It's rated from 14 to 30 pound line. You can convert that to kilos to match, but once again, it'll go a little bit either side of that. This is a good rod when I'm casting like soft plastic stick baits like that. That's the Atomic Minnow there, the 110. And I've beefed that up with heavier hooks because it's quite a powerful rod, and I want to get the bigger tuna in pretty quick. I mean, I'm talking tuna generally up to about 40, 50 pound. So your sort of middle-sized tuna that you want to knock over in pretty quick time. A great rod that, once again, I use it for reef fishing, more leaning towards your snapper and your sort of big heavy reef species, as opposed to the really big mackerel and wahoo and game fish that I use on the bigger model. A great rod, essential part of my kit. I have one of each. There's 8 in the range. I have one of each in the 2-piece. The 1-pieces make up the other 4 in the range. Now, next one down the line is the medium heavy, which I use a fair bit. At the moment I've got a slim twitcher on that, and I use that a bit for barra and snapper. And my absolute favourite in the range, it's indispensable, I use it so much, is the medium. So the number on the rod again is an offshore AAS, Atomic Arrows Spin, 270 medium. So 2-piece, 7-foot medium. It's rated for 8 to 16 pound line. I just love this little baby. I've got a few of them, and I use it a lot for spinning for really big flatties when I'm using big plastics or live baits. Barra, use it heaps for barra, jewfish. My lighter tuna work out in the ocean when I'm throwing slugs, and you can see there I've been using that for snapper. Got an Atomic prong on that, but it's just indispensable. It's really, I mean, if you've got a bit longer on your hands to play a fish, it'll catch some giant fish that its bigger brothers will catch. But it's just a beautiful, sweet stick. Once again, a first class blank, full graphite, designed in Australia. Yeah, the really, really good rod, that one. They're all brilliant. That's my favorite in the range, and just because I use it a lot. The others are brilliant as well, and I need them at times when I go for bigger fish. But That's the Atomic Arrows range. When you walk into a store, you'll see them. They're very distinctive with this white strip here. Very popular and absolutely fantastic value for money. You'll probably pay 2 to 3 times the price to get a rod that's close. And I think that's one of the reasons they're really popular. My absolute favorite rod, the Atomic Arrows. Check them out at your local store or online. And I'll tell you what, you will not be disappointed.